Testing. Oh, alright, it should start automatically. So, how is everyone doing? Sorry we're starting a little late. I had to change the battery on Fairley's car, which is not something I've actually done before. Yeah, looks like we're good. Alright, I promise this stream's gonna be good, even if we're starting a bit late. 5 waiting. That's the least we've had so far. It's alright, you're gonna like this stream. Should be good. Oh my god, because I'm in the thing. Seriously, YouTube, why does that not automatically hide that? Or mute that? That's ridiculous. People in the microphone. Jenna, the people are in the microphone. That's where they live. That's where the internet lives. So who's new? Anybody catching the stream for the first time? Oh, 16, nice. I guess y'all were just waiting to jump in. So much better. Alright, get my socks off, air my feet out. Nice and comfortable, and let's do a quick refresh. So we've been jumping on live, doing some work, making some golf levels for the next Super Fancy Pants update. Check that out on Steam or iOS if you want to get in on the fun. On Steam you can join the beta, password's Kitten Caboodle, and basically play the levels a day after making them if I'm keeping up fast enough. Let me set this up, guys. Sorry, like I said, I'm jumping on this late. Fairley had somewhere to be later, and her car battery was magically dead because it only happens when you have somewhere to be. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, that was right. What we've done so far, let me jump over to our main screen. If we can get the, oh. Yeah, I'm really like jumping right into this, guys. We'll make up for it, I promise. This will be a good stream. Brad, check Discord. I have to close everything else because it gets laggier if I have a bunch of programs open. Hold on, guys. And we're back. Okay, alright. Are we hearing echoes? Why did this save? Let me turn my mic up a bit. Because before it was a bit low. Are we echoing or not? You guys gotta tell me. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna figure out now. We're, as I said, we're indie game development in real time through the magic of the internet. We got our Fox hat. I'll say that one for stuff. Where are you? No echo. Okay, thanks guys. Alright, so we're going to be doing a deep dive into some older games here. I'm going to pull up and try to remember where these old files even are. Dun, dun. I'm gonna pull up the wrong one. Alright. Which was Microsoft Edge opening. Ew. Don't do that. Nah, Edge is actually pretty good. Love to hate on Microsoft, but Edge is a million times better than Internet Explorer. Alright, we're opening a file. A file that has not been opened in a long time, as you can see. Ancient. What? That's random. And over here we have World 2. Oh, you get to see my art errors. You know what? We're gonna fix that. I don't even care. And you guys are gonna get a peek into how some of the older games were structured, because it's a pretty different from, is it the loading screen? I guess I was supposed to load. I don't know why I would go on. Everything! So the way I used to get everything to load after the preloader, I'm not really worried about that right now since we're not streaming it online. So just make a giant clip with, yes, everything. And here's all the levels. Here we go. So what we're worried about right now is an old friend that if we can't just drop this in, we're gonna at least take some inspiration from it. Open up Flash 8, do it. Open up Flash along at home. You can see World 2 was made a bit more structured than 1. I was saying before, World 1 just had the numbers of how big the levels were hard-coded in. So that's how I knew how to stop scrolling. For World 2, we got our nice little level placers, and that's actually, I think those are the same clips that I used today. So let's go ahead and grab this, and then I'll discuss a few different ways I do art, which means I'll probably have to get my iPad before we really start. So let's go back over here, and let me do both, since I'm sure I'm forgetting to show you guys things. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna pull that up. We don't need our code now. Pull up our level now, so even more structured with World 3 and onward. The levels are all their separate files, and you can see that if you're making custom levels especially. But we're just going to go ahead and drop that in and see how close it even matches up. If anything, I think it would be pretty funny to see that. Can you grab me the iPad Pro?
Where is it?
Should just be by the bed with the pencil case. Alright. So we're in the foreground. We're going to go ahead and drop in our... Oh man, let's see how well it even copy pastes between like vastly different file versions.
Here.
Thank you. There we go. There.
Oh, okay. On top of the laptop?
Sure. Is that yours? Oh, you put that there, huh?
Yeah.
You want to say hi, Fairly, since you're leaving soon?
Hi.
Sadly, she cannot join us for this stream. Hope you guys still watch. There we go. Foreground.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me... 1 second. Alright, I'm trying to squeeze streaming in between a bunch of other stuff going on and changing a car battery, so... Alright, anyway, let's get back to here. So I don't think we need that anymore since we have our actual Golf tee that works as a real platform on its own. And, what are we missing there? We're missing some stuff, aren't we? Oh, that was a whole different layer that went in front of the player. I wonder if we're gonna do that again. So it was a lot easier before to just stick a super like Uber foreground and call them level 9. There you go, if you want an insight into the actual level order of how things are made. For now, I'm just going to put it in the front, and I might throw it in as another layer later. But the problem with that, we have to force the player to be a background object to go behind everything. So it might be something I'll fiddle around with later. It's going to be... Is this going to be in the game as a throwback? So I think since we're, going back with a focus on Snail Shell Golf, I think it would be cool to have a bit of a throwback. And if anything, I might just grab the palette and kind of the style. I just wanted to come back and look. I wonder if I can even get, let's say, as a refresher. Go ahead and quit out of that. Can we full screen? It's probably going to go really slow if we full screen. Let's see what happens. Alright, this is probably going to be way louder. So let me turn that down. Oh man, guys, if I actually planned this out right, I'd have that music playing while I was introducing everything, but Oh, Armor Games. Oh no, are we... Yeah, we're breaking some code here. So the original World 2, I don't know if I have a version that doesn't, I probably do somewhere. The original World 2, I was so obsessed with the game being, like, smooth, that Flash had this issue with 30 frames a second where it would never run smoothly. But you could set it to 60 and then run a while loop and eat up all the idle CPU and like retime it manually, and then it would actually feel pretty good. And there's only one other game that I know of that used this trick, because somebody asked me what I was doing. I think it was the Indestructo tank, actually. If you remember that one. So this might be running weird, unless I can find a version that isn't doing this trick. I don't know if I can. I think we'll, at the very least, be able to show this. Okay, yeah, it's fine with more stuff going on. It's probably just hitting my CPU hard if you can hear that running. Oh, it's so choppy and floaty. And the camera doesn't even follow the shell. Kind of unprofessional, oh, and there's no kick? That's weird. That feels weird. And it gets those shells, though. I don't think they do. Oh my god, there's so many people that call those shells. The shell gets the squiggles. I'm still messing around with the physics on the shell, so it's probably good to give myself a refresher on how this even feels. I like how popping it up... Oh, come on. I was playing around. Ah, there's no reset. Alright, we'll finish the intro here. You can see I was still caching everything back then. It's all pixely. Dun 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 dun. No cutscenes here. Ah, I lost control. I need a counter for how often you can't... I take control away from the player. I was watching this amazing playthrough. It was a bit older, but I hadn't seen it yet. Where it does the, in Super, it does the giant pan out to the world. It's like right when the guy started being impatient, thinking it was going to be this giant cutscene, he starts going, play, I want to play, I want to play, and then he's playing, and oh, I'm playing, okay. It's like, yes. And here we go. Alright, so that was the start of, I think is still, I want to say maybe the most popular Fancy Pants, but definitely when it started, you know, getting eyeballs. And the start of many wonderful things like Snail Shell Golf. Oh man, this is so weird to play through now. I'm gonna go and try to play Super and be all messed up. Is that? Oh, nice. Good job, Flash Player. Oh, alright. Good bit mapping. Good job on those bit maps. Well, considering everything's running in software mode, Could be worse. Alright, so there we go. We got a bit of a refresher there. I don't know if we're going to do every single level as a throwback, but I definitely want to hear what level styles you guys like. I know the purple and black was a pretty prominent like wall texture style in Super. And definitely a lot, we're going to go with a lot more grass this time, I think. Let's go ahead and load that up and see how that looks just juxtaposed on itself. Refresh. Load it up. Something's not right here. Purple walls and green grass. That's gonna be a song somewhere. Backgrounds could be in the playing field. I'm gonna throw the backgrounds in too so we can see everything. Alright, let's do it. I might have to change. We can at least put one in. I might have to actually we really only need one, don't we? Oh, there you go, look, so you can actually see. I think the pond peaked out a bit, but I did kind of the bare minimum there. Did like how there was a bit of oh my god, hold on guys, there you go. You can see how far down that pond actually went. This is, let's say, actually pretty similar to style for Squiggleville. We'll say it's ahead of its time. Because I don't think I really continued with the grassy, like, real place look after that. In World 2. Background. If I hide all this, we're just going to see the volcano, so I might honestly just throw it in front here. Where are we even at? Oh, okay. I don't know why that lined up so strangely. Alright, so where was it? About... Alright, right under the door, or the other things would be like right here. That sounds about right. A little lower. If we can even see it. Oh, it's back there somewhere. Oh, a little behind the mic. Alright, but I think that's going to be a start. I don't think I'm going to leave any of this here. Maybe the very beginning, just to kind of give us a guide. So what I think I did to make this level, let's take a look. Hey guys, I remembered. Oh, no, of course. So for the, for this part, I can actually show you how I did it. This is actually copy pasted because this would take forever to draw, unique grass blades. Why is that missing? That's weird. But I would take it, let's see if I can grab just this, and I just shifted it, which is really good. It's really nice when you're using vectors, something you definitely need to take advantage of. And I did that for this whole level, so that I wasn't just sitting there drawing over and over again. I have a bit of a better drawing workflow now, so I don't know if I'm going to go and try to do everything unique this time, or do something similar. You can always kind of make little clips. But for this, let's do a true complete throwback, and even structure the art in a similar way. And some of this might not line up properly, and I can redraw those little bits. Alright, so we got that. Should be good enough for now. Let's see which layer is our solid. Make this a little bigger. Actually, let's turn that off. through the magic of button pressing, we have a somewhat closer representation of the level we're working on. I think we can go ahead. We're in here. And hide these. So once I start working the level and get enough art that you can actually kind of see what's going on, just go ahead and hide the actual collision that's there. And let's do the same thing with this right here. Boom. Where's that sign? There. Just toss it off screen, that's fine. And hide you for now. You know, I'll never understand why in Animate you're drawing on a specific layer, and if you have a layer locked, it'll, you know, yell at you instead of going to the next unlocked layer if you try to click on something. But the eraser will still go through everything. Just a little inconsistent. I'll probably be complaining about how I draw a lot here, guys, so sorry about that. Will there ever be a World 2 remix? I'm going to... I want to take votes for which World 2 levels should end up in the arcade.
I feel like if I didn't know you were streaming, I would just think you were working like you usually do and just talking to yourself.
I do talk to myself a lot, don't I? Mm-hmm. So this is very familiar for poor Fairley and the family. Mm-hmm. It's usually when I'm like yelling at bugs, though. I feel like it's more of a, oh god, what are you doing? Stop doing that. Why is that broken? Alright. Thanks, honey, for that insight into my psychosis there. Alright, so I think that's gonna be fine. Alright, you guys want to see a really weird bug? We're gonna hold shift and do that. Oh, come on. Which would be really useful. But then why are all these points here? That's actually much nicer than usual. So I'll do that. See if it'll do it. Oh, now you're behaving, of course. You need to be more zoomed in. I'm usually working pretty zoomed in. Yeah, it's behaving now. Of course you are. Sometimes it does that, and it puts like 500 little points between each thing. But of course it's being nice now. Hey Adobe, if you fixed that, thanks. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this is probably the quickest I've made a level in a long time. We're just copy pasting the old, oh, we're gonna need some buffer there. And yes, I'm not above just grabbing pieces of level and stretching them out a bit. Ooh, fun. Good enough, ship it. Let's see, sooner than SPF took to make, yeah. Let me get your chat back down here so I can actually see you guys. Alright. When he streams, he talks to himself personally instead of delusionally. Well, if it's being recorded, it can't be a delusion, right? It's a little low. The graphs can be a little higher there. Jenna, I'm talking to my friends.
Okay, honey.
Like I haven't said that before. Oh no. I still make it in. Nice. Huh?
The ones in your head or the ones online?
All my friends online. You guys love me, right? You guys are my friends. Did you watch Dragon Ball Super? Yes. I got a big yes, honey. Nothing says the truth like yes. That's how you put emphasis on the realness of the statement. Alright, you guys are gonna make me get all sentimental here. He talked about my comment. Oh, I forgot. I have the worst memory. I went back to look and see what I even said, but I can't remember now. Alright, so I think we'll start doing kind of juxtaposed. Let's actually draw some of this level and see how different it is from what I was doing before. I think we can keep these little guys in there, because I'll just copy and paste them around anyway. Hide everything else. And a really good trick, I'm sure this is pretty obvious, but if you do outline view, it'll help you be able to actually see what's behind when you're working, you know, when you actually follow the collision. Cut that out. Like literally. Not yelling at anybody. We need to keep that. I think we definitely need to keep that though. What do you think, guys? So let's do that. Go see, this is why I could never really wrap my head around Photoshop. It's like you have to like layer everything, but something about being able to grab things and stretch them out and move things how you want them. I think like vector art is just so great. Maybe we're gonna put that over there. Throwback too. And then, oh wow, that actually lines up pretty closely. That's bizarre. Oh, there we go. There's our first. Why do you do that? Whenever you, sometimes when you, okay, not whenever, but sometimes if you take something and grab it like this, it shifts it ever so slightly there. And you have to shift it back. I'm sure that messes up things if you're trying to be very precise. So let's keep, you can cheat a bit here. Pull that out right there. Shift that up. Same over here. We're gonna leave that flag just like that as awful as that looks. Did you get the idea of the angry rabbit? Some of the older stuff is from just really dumb things I drew while in school. Like, literally what Fancy Pants is supposed to be. I didn't draw the, you know, actual Fancy Pants man until I was trying to animate. But the angry rabbit was a doodle in a, I want to say, like one of my psychology notebooks, where he's eating some ice cream and like flipping the camera off because, hey, why not? College student. Let's say you aren't that big. It's easier. He's looking for certain criticism. What do you think? Don't know what that's going to. Oh my god, guys. How long do you need to tell me quicker? If I'm talking about something that I'm not showing, you need to let me know. I'm just gonna do that. Just do a side by side, so I never have to switch it. I need Fairly with the like Stream Commander thing box or foot pedal or something. I was trying to get the hotkeys in OBS to work without giving focus to the program. If anybody knows how to do that, yeah, I kind of legitimately think that Rayman Origins, like, completely honestly, I mean, the game wasn't small. A lot of people played it, and there was a lot of things that I've never seen on platformers before. I don't know how much I really want to get into that. The company line is that it's completely the oh my god, I can't talk now. The creativity of Michel Ancel. I think that's how you say that. But I suspect that there weren't that many platformers out there that we're doing that kind of, you know, because Sonic does that kind of gameplay very, very differently, right? N Plus does that mostly differently. Kind of what Super Meat Boy does of it's very different. But Rayman's like dead on. If it was missing maybe like the attacks or the charge attacks or the ledge hop or the wall run or the slippery ground or the swimming, then maybe I'd consider it a coincidence. Alright guys, I'm going to wish Fairly good luck and goodbye because she has someplace important to be. Be right back. Alright, like I said, we're doing the stream in between a bunch of other things, but the stream must go on. Let's get these out of the way here. Alright, I remembered. I need somebody, I wonder if you can like remotely change my view. Just like stream a few different camera angles and let you guys decide. That would be too easy. Oh. Yeah. No, I was... Sorry guys, I'm not gonna stream telling Fairly goodbye. Did those actually... That's weird. There's a lot more to that than is actually in there. Huh. I wonder if that was different at some point. That's so funny. That ends up just being two colors. Okay. Art overkill, apparently. Should change the flag to some flying pants. Do I do that in World 3, don't I? I'll do it. Alright guys, take a vote. I'm actually streaming at a pretty high bitrate. If we did like 3 streams at, or 4 streams at 200k, or 2000k, it'd probably be about the same. Let's take a vote. Should the flag be a flag or should the flag actually be pants? It says pants. I mean, pants. Should the pants say flag though? Or should we change it up later? Should we leave this one and then do the next one pants that say flag? I think that would actually be pretty funny. What do you think? Flag, pants. Alright, I think we got more pants. So the first one's gonna be pants. Confirm. Chat confirm. Alright, first one will be pants. Then the next one is gonna be a flag that says pants. The next one will be more of a throwback. Yeah, I get a lot of... I've had people who are like sponsoring, or not, rebranding the game from the UK, and we joke about that a bit, and they usually say that they understand that it's an American game. But I mean, if you just say like that's pants, that sounds funny anyway, right? Even in American, in American, the one true English. There should be a thing that says user interface. Well, that'll just look like programmer art. Alright, so we got all this going on. Got a shell. Got a bit missing. Did I just jump in the hole in order to trigger it? Or did it bounce out? Now I'm really confused. Guys, what the heck just happened? Did I trigger it? Oh, you know, of course, whatever. Oh my god, I swear. it's checking to make sure that that's set. That's the actual snail shell. I swear I coded that. I probably didn't. Alright, well, as long as that one works too, we can pretend like it's working. So let's see. I'm not going to mess around with the backgrounds today because I'm going to have to actually set that up. Maybe we'll go through and fix them later. But for now, I just kind of threw that in there. We'll do our... probably put a sky back there too. I think we can have 3 layers, right? The magic of the GPU. Oh, we need a platform there. Open Animate setup and it started downloading Flash. You want me to put the camera on? Take a vote? I'm just gonna leave it off because I jumped in so quickly. What do you guys think? Camera, yes or no? I don't know how I just like look from the side while talking about things. I don't know if it's really awkward or not. It's probably at least a little awkward. Cam, alright. Yeah, I have my phone on me. I just do it. I'm gonna use the front-facing camera this time so I can actually, like, I'm really bad at looking into a camera. Kind of the same thing with just trying to talk on video. Like, it's really difficult for me to do. So if I have the screen there, it'll be a little easier. Let me pull up the app. Why is it so difficult to find an app that takes away the Chrome from the camera? It's so weird. Zoom in a bit more. Let me see. Leave it out a bit. Is that? What the heck was that? Okay, something's making weird noises. Alright. One sec. Once again. Thanks, no, go away. It's probably not even showing any of the music that I'd like be listening to recently. Let's say quick screen cap my YouTube, or iTunes. Alright. Phone, are you there? Oh no, to do that weird thing, sometimes if it's loose, I have to restart the stupid phone to get it sending video again. It's plugged in. Stupid phone. Alright, let me go ahead and restart the phone when that comes back. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, since most of the time I'm just talking, figured it's whatever works best. Alright, let me restart the phone to get a video feed from it. And for now, at the very least, can go sit on this platform over here. Nice. It's a bit further away from the golf hole there. There we go. Alright. Rebooting phone. Alright, so we can start finishing some of these right now. Again, this is why I like working in vectors. You can just grab this, as long as there's no different colors. Where is that? Yeah, it's a whole layer there. Pull that down, there we go. Completely different sizes before. Test and posted it. Find the special squiggle. Alright. It's a bit of a challenge. Is it huge? Did you just make it one giant squiggle? As long as it... Oh, okay. I see what's happening. It's trying to play the mic in this program here. Alright, let's see. There we go. It doesn't go that way. No? Alright. Good enough. How's that? I don't have to sit too close. Alright. Can do... Hold down, but it looks more professional. I don't know. I think it's probably just better to do this. Still mumbling to myself as I set things up, at least. That'll work. Is that good? Better. Talk about yeah, I was thinking about that recently because I know I try to not talk about later things. We'll probably just do like a spoiler stream. Talk about the final boss and show off that area. That'd be pretty cool. Because I still, if anybody hasn't played, I don't know who would actually join in that hasn't played the game, but I'd like to keep that as a surprise. That's kind of what it's there for. All right, look alright. Like I said, I just stuck a battery in a car, and it's pretty hot outside, so I don't know how great I look right now. But I haven't done that before, and it seems to have worked, so I'm pretty proud of that at least. Let's see. Try not to be obsessive about this. There we go. Alright, so I've mentioned a few times, most of the art that I do now, I do on the iPad. So I might plug that in and show you how I do that. Wasn't there a wall there? Did we miss the wall? Yeah, how did we miss that wall? It's probably the same one, too. Huh, okay. I think... No, that's all... Huh. Well, there's something interesting. The wall is actually in front of the player. I usually don't do that. I don't know where to put it. Nah, we're locked. Alright. I'm gonna be a bit lazy here. Just make that huge. And we're gonna go ahead and shift this. Alright, I'm on the right. So yeah, I'm gonna actually just pull this out because I'm probably gonna move around too much to keep it. The heck? Okay, that was weird. OBS just disappeared. We're still streaming? Okay. That Cherry dude from the final level. Oh man, should I tell you guys? Actually, that's one of those things. I always want to do a playthrough of World 2 and then talk about all the little dumb things like that, since that has the most, World 2 has the most, like, stupid inside jokes. And, oh man. I don't know. Why not? When my dad laughs, he gets, like, beet red, and he just, like, you know, he's a really goofy guy. Probably have him on stream one time, play some video games that we used to play, which I think would be a lot of fun. But he would, you know, he's so goofy, he'd start laughing at something and he'd, like, you know, and then just turn bright red. So my sister said he looked like a cherry head, and so I put that in there. I'm like, Dad, look, I did something with my life. Notice me. You know? So that's where that comes from. Alright, so I think everything else is about as far as we're gonna get with that. Please do more stupid... I love stuff like that. Rhythm level like Rayman. I don't want to just copy Rayman, though I probably will with some things, whatever. But I want to actually work with Mike more closely to make... I was saying this in another stream, but again... how do I put this? I want the things in the level to make music and the player be able to change the music, and that be the goal for the challenge to do something specific. I don't want to give anything away more than that because I think it could be really cool if we do it right, and I wanted to do that for Super, but again, it's ended up doing quite a bit more music than we thought we would. So well, yeah, Extra Script, I'm pretty available online. I like talking to people. Look, you guys make it way more interesting for me to work on this stuff. I've actually been in a really good mood lately because of the live streams. It's just nice to, instead of stuck here without feedback, just to be able to talk to people who actually end up playing the games and like seeing you guys make some levels. It keeps it much more fun and motivating for me than when I'm just, like, I hate being secretive with this. I really do. It's just, that's not my style. It's not fun. And I don't exactly I don't follow too much feedback. You know, if people like really like one thing or really hate another, I won't try to copy it, but I'll try to like bring something back based on feedback like that. So I don't want to make it sound like, because I feel like a lot of, I mean, I've seen some games definitely get messed up because sometimes the developers will not understand why people like the games. I don't know, it's a weird phenomenon, especially with like, I'm trying to think if it actually is a good example, but I think like the newer Halo games, it's just this really weird perversion of what actually made Halo good. I'm looking at the microphone instead of the camera, I don't know. And, oh, people like this about Call of Duty, let's throw in the Halo. That's how video games work now. Like, I am paranoid of doing something like that. But I feel like that's my job as an actual developer, to understand criticism and to expand on that. You know, when you're playing the games, you can just say, oh, this is good, this is bad, I like this, I don't like this, and it's not really your job to understand why you like it, and I'm sure some people are better at than other people, but I'll see a lot of people give feedback even with my own games, and they'll say, I don't like this because of this, and I'll be like, well, that doesn't make any sense because that's also over here, you know, something like that. And then I'll change something kind of completely separately to it, but that affects it. So it, you know, either this is too hard, like let's not make that easier. Let's fix that part of the movement. You know, doing this is too easy. Well, that's because you shouldn't be able to do this, something like that. Well, if you don't want to be all secret and tell us the whole story, no, I'm not telling you all the whole story for World 5. Mostly because we're still figuring out a lot of it. But I mean, oh my god, really? I can turn that off. I don't know. That's always fun. I'm gonna turn the camera off for a bit and try to like put in Do Not Disturb mode. But you know, after a cliffhanger ending, right? Wouldn't you want the opening to be, you know, something? It's got to be something surprising. It's got to be something sort of interesting, right? Do Not Disturb on that thing, stuff, buttons. All right. All right. Grade 4. Oh man, how long ago was that? It's always a bit of a shock when people are like, I love the games when I was like 8 years old. Like, oh god, it was so long ago. Alright, my camera isn't... I swear I was trying to... I don't know. Maybe I'll look at the camera again later. Alright, so let's draw some ground. Let's see how it goes now. I will say, Animate is much, 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 much better. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's so much better at drawing than... it's so much better at drawing than Flash was. It's called Animate, right? That's what they're going to have to... Did we kill the phone? There we go. Really? What? Alright, apparently that's not what do not disturb means. Let me just turn notifications off. That shouldn't be hard, huh? Show preview. No, just off. Off. Where's off? And none of this says off. Not previews. Guys, I forgot how to iPhone. There, I'm just gonna turn off iMessages. Messages, whatever they call it now. Like Bonjour and Rendezvous and... Come on, Apple. Like, if you can remove a headphone jack from your phone, there's no way you're scared to change anything. I don't think it shouldn't show my number on there. Oh, did it bleep? Oh, hurt. What? Oof. I don't know. I'm gonna have to be more careful about that. I have to delete it. Yeah, it's not gonna be my number. So the phone knows it's sending whatever. I'm gonna have to delete the stream if that actually gets to be a problem. Like, no, what? Was that your first question? No, okay. Do you watch, I don't know what Citrus is. It'd be way funnier if that was like literally your first comment in the chat. Do you watch hentai? I watch anime, I don't watch hentai. Anyway. Brett, I could give some criticism on what? I mean, fan art's incredible. Just the idea that I've made something that other people think is worth drawing, you know? That's crazy to me. Like, I have a hard time even believing that still. I mean, some of it's amazing. I like some of the stranger things that I wouldn't have thought up, like mixing Fancy Pants and the like Fancy Pants Pony. I think is just really funny that somebody thought about that. And look, I can't really draw that well, so I'll always be impressed if somebody can draw like better than me, which is not too high of a bar. All right, so the biggest issue. Well, I mean, I'm gonna if you want me to talk about stuff while drawing, we'll say. Yeah, I don't mind. I like criticism. Like, that's good. I want to know what people like and don't like. Like I said, I like feedback in general. World area. Let's go with the world. There's some pretty hard challenges. So I remember I wanted an area in Fancy Pants that combines FBA with the world's hardest game. Was that more like trolling the player though? Is that like killing the player when they step on a block sort of thing? This man is there. So AI is not hard to do. Like, it's more about how it animates and how it acts. But when you have something that's moving around more than a predictable pattern, it can start to clash with the actual physics. So even like spiders getting stuck on ledges, or you know, how do I want them to be acting if they are patrolling a small area? Like if an Inky's patrolling a small area and it touches a ledge, do you want it to then move away from the ledge, or should it then try to patrol and just keep running into that wall over and over again? So it's more of little things that the kind of personality that enemies get, rather than like actually getting to the player. And if you have it does get a lot harder if you're actually like using nodes and giving paths. And so, you know, if there's something and you want the enemy to jump, you know, if there's two different paths and you want them to jump up and try to like cut the player off. Yeah, I mean, you're like doing the weird, crazy node solving stuff, and the only time I use nodes is in the race to tell which player's in front, and that has bugged out enough as it was. Though it's mostly just because I made that so completely automated. With the micro trials, I actually had a value on each squiggle, incrementing the value, so that it knew which one came after the other, because I had to do that by hand. With the race nodes, it just does a proximity search and finds the one closest and says, all right, well, you're 0, you're 1, you're 2. I think it starts at the door and then just, you know, eventually ends. Stream buffering, it's saying it's fine for me. I don't know. If it's really buffering, you might need to just hit refresh. Yeah, I can see it up here too. I have a preview. Oh wait, you are now. Don't make Inkies that dumb. Yeah, so when an Inky hits a wall and they have a like little patrol area, they actually redefine their patrol area like further away from the wall, and if there's two walls, that can make it kind of weird. And I have parts where if they hit something and then like mess up enough, if they turn around, they just try to jump, so sometimes you just see them jump if they're like caught between things. How you started with programming? How you thought of slope detection? So the first time I ever tried to just program something was on a TI-86 calculator, which is really nothing like what I do now, except for the way that a program, you know, it does line. The flow of the code is, you know, the same thing, how for works. So I think in the calculators, a for statement would actually, it would actually like run, and it was so slow you would see it running as it went. So if you like said, you know, do it for whatever, do a pixel, you'd see it draw it out. It wouldn't, you know, I've tried a few episodes of Rick and Morty, but it was alright. I didn't seem to enjoy it as much as everyone else in the entire world. Have I played N? Well, yeah, of course. N came out around the same time Fanspans was out. And those guys, MetaNet, did some actual collision tutorials that I looked through, and I just do collision so completely different than they do, because it's all math and numbers and circles, and this is kind of a circle, so, you know, you got your cosine and all that, where I just draw everything out. But the actual numbers that get, you know, I started from just like, here's a point, is it hitting the ground? Yes, go up. All right, here's a point, is it hitting the ground? No, go down. There's your slope, right? And it uses a little bit of math. How many moons in Odyssey? Good question. Oh, I don't remember. Over 600. I have everything unlocked. I haven't bought everything though. Well, yes. When we hit release on Steam, so once it's out of the beta, anything on the actual release of the Steam channel will end up in iOS also. Alright, so you can see why I'm doing this. Dang, you didn't see my comment. You can do it over again, I probably just missed it. But when I'm doing little squiggles and animate, you can see it's drawing about every other one, which is just bizarre. And I think it has something to do with double clicking, because if you turn double click really low, then it does it a little faster. But it's like, this is a drawing surface. This is picking up that this is, you know, pressure sensitive. This knows that I'm not trying to double click right now. Like, that's so weird, right? I do not understand how that would work that way. It's done it for me on Windows too, so I don't think it's just a Mac thing. But I've seen some people say that certain drivers fix that, but have such an older tablet that the newest or the latest drivers for this tablet don't work on Windows 10. Or what is it? The specific Windows 10 drivers don't work on this tablet. So what I'll do, and I had Fairly grab me the iPad. So yeah, if I want to like scribble out something really fast, like obviously that's completely unacceptable. It's fine if it's down and then you can do whatever, especially since this is a pretty new computer. It can handle itself pretty well. And like before, if I had a higher resolution, actually let's see if it does it now, because it's such a weird thing. There is a lot on stage right now, and you can kind of break things up and do different layers and group things, but it seems like Flash doesn't have any idea of how far away vectors are, because they don't ignore them if they're far enough away. So like we have this, and you know, let's just do a line like that, and you can hear, like, I don't know if you can hear it, you see the end of it kind of starts getting choppy and my CPU starts yelling at me. And if we do a fresh layer, I mean, it seems to be around here. It's definitely sampling more, even though it's a bit, yeah, see, that's definitely sampled way more than the last one. But where was I even going with this? And for some reason, the weirdest bug, I don't know why this would make any difference. I'm sure I reported this, but I don't know. Oh, that's a bizarre bug. There we go. If you make it really, really small and then draw, it's way more responsive. I don't know why that would matter, right? Because if I'm drawing up here, you think it would know to kind of ignore down here and not test it. And it's not just like how big. It's way more noticeable on my old Mac. But anyway, so if we're doing sketchy things, right? If we want to do sketchy things like that, I actually started going. Let me open this up. I'm not gonna have to mirror the screen that's gonna show it over here. And if you guys are, I don't know if anybody's interested in like what I actually use, the like programs that I use, because I think that might make a pretty decent video. Just going through different like remote desktop stuff, because I really don't like to be stuck at the computer, and I'm always trying to draw remotely and how I do all that. But so this is just Jump Desktop. Like, you can see I'm down here drawing and it's going over there. If you are looking for a remote desktop program for iOS, or I'm pretty sure it's on Android or computer or anything, Jump Desktop's by far the best. It has the best like options for, I'm not gonna be able to say this, but I can do a like direct thing so it doesn't wait for my right click and all this stuff. It's really customizable, and it's like amazingly fast compared to everything else. Let's see if I can show this a bit. Ghetto. But I'd have to like direct mirror it so you can see how smooth it is. But what this does, it doesn't detect pressure like AstroPad does. It turns this into just a mouse. So even though it's, you know, yeah, I can direct the mouse to any point on the screen, it uses it just like a mouse instead of like a tablet. And apparently that bug is only there with the one problem I usually have the toolbar up there, but I hit all that for you guys. But anyway, on this one, that suddenly works just fine. like anyone would be able to do that with a mouse anyway. So, I don't know. It's so weird. Things just never make sense. Just gotta learn to accept that. So for this one, if I were to make the grass, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna continue with this style. But if I were to do the grass like that, I'd probably use Jump Desktop, because how much easier that is. I think I was, like yesterday when I was trying to write on the screen, I had to do, you know, one line, wait, one line, wait. For writing, it's so much easier to do it here. Alright, so that's just, yeah. Try it over here. Yeah, I don't know. And then, like, I have this giant tablet at the desk. I'd much rather just, like, read the chat, Bradborn. I'm sorry, I'm just ranting about Adobe and drawing. Alright, let me catch up. Alright, Danny. When you were playing Super Fancy Pants Adventures on iOS, which phone you were playing on and what version of iOS? So I have an 8 now. But my phone before was a 5S, so most of the time I was testing on there, and it runs perfectly fine on the 5S. So I think if you play anything with 5 and newer, it's gonna be fine. Bit too abstract. Let's see. This grass style is better, honestly. I like the whole abstract things. Too abstract. The village grass was too plain. Yeah, and that's, you know, just having a lot of levels and other artists helping with a lot of levels. So we obviously spent more time, you know, figuring out how the planes are going to look, since that, you know, had to be a much more distinct style. I like how they look. I think there's a few colors that people didn't like, but I think the planes turned out really well. The village grass, yeah, did I do most of that? I actually did a pretty good amount of art for the game, and a lot of it, yeah, I just tried, I used it being more abstract as an excuse to do it faster. I mean, you can see how, like, this does take a pretty good amount of time, and, like, thank God I got a new computer, because the other one would probably be crying right now with all the vectors just on the same layer there. Oh, did I put them on? Actually, I think they are on the upper layer there. Did I separate them out? I'll go ahead and... yeah, we can leave them there. It's probably letting me draw easier. Or how far does that go? Because I'm going to need to get art under there too. Yeah, I'll copy it down here. So the absolute worst when you're drawing stuff like this is having one little microscopic gap, and so nothing will fill now. And I never want to use the little cheat thing where it'll close a few of the gaps, because that can mess up pretty bad, and then you have these weird, like, dips, and it's like, I feel like I should just fix the actual gaps instead of letting the thing do it. Yeah, if you want me to respond to something, put my name in there, because that actually stands out, like, really well. Doesn't run on the iPhone 6. There's an update coming out that should make it run better. I tried it on the 5S, and it runs, I don't get any frame drops or anything on the 5S. I mean, maybe a bit later on. On the iPhone 6, the new update should fix any of that. I think Mirror's Edge 3D. Yeah, that hasn't been done. What an interesting idea. I don't know if I could do that. Well, I mean, I couldn't. Yes, the World 1 Remix in mobile has a weird issue that comes from those remix levels being so old that they have a bug with being able to load twice. I updated all of them, and I updated all the levels, so once I update that version, they'll be fine. Alright, so let's see how much of this we can get without... Actually, we're going to hide this. Not hide it. Well, there we go. So, filling in stuff's always such a pain. Sometimes I'll still just, like, color it. But I'll go ahead and make some grass here. Just like you guys are watching grass grow. Let me draw some paint drying next. That's good. We'll do some of the chat here. Let's see. When will the update release? I believe Congregate's back from GDC. I need to get them another build for Android. Get them a final release build for Android, and then I'll go ahead and use all those updates. I haven't updated iOS because I wanted to make sure anything we fixed for Android would be in the next update for iOS. And it takes longer to update on the app stores. Like, I can just hit upload on Steam, and it's so wonderful. And then Apple takes forever to review things if it's new enough. It's hate it. And it's like, it's not like that keeps junk off of the App Store, right? Like, I wouldn't have Fancy Pants Runner knockoff number 17 if Apple actually cared about good stuff getting on the App Store. But no, just go ahead and delay Fancy Snowboarding because I accidentally let you, you know, upload files to the app that are never going to do anything. But yeah, let in the 17 different, I don't know why I keep using that number, Fancy Pants ripoffs using literally all my art. No, that's great, Apple. Good job. Jeez. And then snowboarding missed Christmas because of that, so I am really mad, and I will always be mad about that. It's ridiculous. See, what do you use to code this? I mean, pretty much what you're seeing. I don't have any of the code open here, but I still just use Animate. And I usually say it's easier to get Animate working like a real game engine with, well, you know, Adobe Air, with hardware acceleration and Steam and all that, and gamepad support, than it is to get something like Unity working with like thousands of frames of vector animation. And I was hoping Scaleform would actually be able to do that, where it would just be running Fancy Pants Man natively, but I don't think there's any support for Scaleform anymore. Since the engine's done, how much work is left for World 5? Yeah, so it wouldn't be nearly as much as before. Message retracted. Oh god, how bad was that? Thought Final Space, some of the jokes felt, well, I mean, let me know what jokes you thought sucked. There was a lot more time spent on the engine and the animation than, you know, the world building. And World 5 is going to be more about the actual world. So that's the sort of thing I'm going to be talking with my wife fairly about, you know, what characters we'd be introducing, and actually have it much better written, I'm sure. And have some plot in there, because Super is supposed to be more like the older games, where it's just here's your one, you know, here's your one goal, but the next one we're gonna do, we'll see. I'm always afraid of the scope, because I always want to do something way better than the last game in every way, and then, you know, reality sets in towards the end and we just start chopping stuff off. Never got enough screen time. That guy, which one? Is that guy with the... Is that... Wait, which one's that guy? With the shirt or with the other... I always think of the fancy hat guy. That guy's the shirt dude, right? Boring shirt guy. Sorry, or... Yeah, all those were just so, like, throwaway. I wanted to give the world a bit more, you know, of a sense of other characters living there too, but, you know, obviously we just did not do much with those guys. You jelly. Yeah, hat dude. Can you send me an email? I can't do that. You know that would take too long to email everyone who wanted me to. If you check my site, or check the channel, I'm sure on YouTube, or mostly my site. Follow me on Twitter. We'll definitely tweet once updates are out. Yeah, Discord, definitely. Which question? Put it again. I'll be watching this time. See, as much as I'd love to have, like, a ton of people watching and talking and all, like, I don't think we could really handle more than this many people chatting. That would just be ignoring everything. I'm Dr. NeuroCF on Twitter, and then the actual game account is Run Fast Run Fancy, and that's the one that's going to be more specifically just about the game updates, where I need to start tweeting just dumb things. Like, what do you guys think about Twitter? Because I never use it, but, like, is it good when people just tweet, like, dumb things that they ate? Do you like that? I don't know. It seems like that's just such a waste of ones and zeros. I don't get any of the new social stuff. I'm terrible. Wondering, here it is. Displaying under how you can complete it in different ways. Outcomes. Do you think it's possible to incorporate that? I heard so much about Undertale when it came out. It's how you can do is it like 3 different runs? There's like the normal first run, the pacifist run, and then like the mass murder spree run. right? And so it's really just 3. It's not. I don't know. The only game, right? Because there's like Mass Effect 3, right? You have your 2 different options. You have Infamous Second Son. I absolutely love that game. But the end of it is like there's 2 different things, 2 different outcomes for one thing. I feel like the only game that got that right is Mass Effect 2, where they used everything that you did and all your decisions not to just have these 2, like, that's the thing when it feels like a decision made at the end, where one thing or the other happens. It ended up your entire squad, how they do and if they live or die is based on basically you like upgrading them. You're spending time with them. And I feel like it's really hard to do that right, because I don't think it's even worth it if you boil it down to one decision. But I might be like twisting your question, because I think you're talking more about how Undertale, not the outcome of that, but the 2 different ways to play it. So for Undertale, it's like kill everyone or save everyone. For Fancy Pants, it's, to me, the 2 different ways to play it are to explore every inch of everything or to try to speedrun it. And I think that gives you 2 very different play styles. And so if I'm going to expand on that, then yeah, absolutely. I want to do more. I want to very much so have the game more explorable and more complex to master. It's a game called Until Dawn. Oh yeah, I've heard Until Dawn does that like amazingly well. But it's always right. The only thing that feels like it matters in a video game is who lives and who dies, and it probably is the thing that matters the most. Like in Mass Effect 2, right? It's who lives and who dies. In Second Son 2, somewhat spoilers. You should have played the game already. It's really good. It's who lives and who dies. And Heavy Rain does that. If you fail, I think this is a stupid game, but I like the idea that they don't give you the game over. That character dies, and so it's a good incentive to go through and play again and try to keep your characters alive. And it's probably similar to what Until Dawn does, if I'm thinking about that correctly. Be a death. I don't know. Will there ever be a death in FPA? If there is, man, it would have to earn it. I don't know if I could. Like, because that's hardcore. There's not exactly this huge amount of expendable characters, and there's so much that I don't do because I don't think it would be worth it. And something like a lot of games and movies do, introduce a character just to kill them off, especially TV series. It's just not worth doing that. It's not worth trying to pull that emotion out of the audience if you can't make that unpredictable. And you have this character and they walk in and you're like, well, he doesn't have a name, he's dying, right? So I don't, just even coding somebody dying wouldn't be worth the time if it wouldn't be like meaningful. But I'd like to have more decisions that are as meaningful as like characters dying in other games is. That would be good. Oh, see? It did it. It did it. That stupid... Oh, wait. You guys can't see. I can show you again, though. It's fine. It's fine. Not really fun with opening is creepy. And the butterfly thing. Yeah, I love openings like that. Like, Metroid Prime has a great one. I was messing around with the Darkness, too, since was free on the... was that the Good Old Games, right? And they kind of have a similar, like, just this close-up on kind of the theme of your game. It's really cool. Look at that, right there. I dragged the thing, and now the things are there doing the thing that I hate when they do. Let's go fix that. Oh, it does not like showing all those vectors. Hey, guys. It's me! There we go, we got a good close-up. I might be drawing more like I did in World 3, but that's not too different. I think over there I probably just got lazy. I'm sure my CPU does not like having Jump Desktop running too. Yeah, there they are. Get out of here. Stream's not becoming choppy or anything, is it? Should probably. Let me turn up the quality on here so I can make sure we're still running okay. I'll turn Jump off if it's getting choppy. Let me see. It's getting a little. I'm gonna go back to the Cintiq because I think Jump Desktop's trying to suck up all my CPU, which is good. Some things you see them running terribly and using like 5%. It's like, dude, no, more. Don't run bad. I have more CPU. Does that look better? Yeah. Kind of smooth. I don't know. Sometimes it gets choppy. Probably because it's a Mac. And it's just not really made for playing games, is it? Oh, come on. Or did I forget to refresh? Probably. Do you have any alternatives to Animate? Yeah, I want to look into that because yeah, it's way too expensive. I mean, there's ways for the game to pull in the bitmap art. So like, you know, you could just draw something. Yay, celebrate! And have it in. But the vectors are what make up the collision. I know there's a trial for Toon Boom that'll output vectors, but I don't know how. I'd have to set up something really weird and specific, which I might do if there's enough people who are interested in it but can't afford it. I don't know. Sorry, the kids are, I don't know what they're doing. Not sleeping, that's what. Everybody's going to bed early tonight. Nothing uses AS3 besides Animate. Yeah, it's not about the code though. It's about the vectors, and there are other programs that can output the vector. I know Animate can import. What is it? SVG. Oh, what am I doing there? Like, if you guys want to do some research on what else can export a vector that Flash can read, or you know that the Air runtime can import, I'll look into it. I'll see if I can do something there. Because I love seeing what other people are coming up with, and I know that that's a huge barrier to entry having Animate running. Alright, okay, so I'm drawing back over here, yeah. Trying to imagine everyone part. Yeah, don't do that. I mean, it's $10. Like, Animate's really expensive, but Super Fancy Pants is just $10. I'd like to think, look, I didn't make it 20, I didn't make it 15, I don't have a bunch of DLC or loot boxes. Like, we really specifically were saying what would be, you know, I sat and discussed this with Congregate, what we thought would be a fair price. So please be nice, guys. Don't pirate. It's actually kind of more difficult for me to see. I might do this. Does that make it any easier? Maybe not. Wrong screen. Take a shot every time I put on the wrong screen. I'd kill everyone. I would go to jail. It'd be really sad. Now what's really funny, you can see, since Animate got better, so this is interesting. You can see these old jaggedy vector things. So it's probably one more thing when I zoom in, just zoom in, right? It should do this when I hit Apple Plus. We zoom out like that, we zoom in and it just goes, why? I'm not drawing over here. Don't do that. I'm gonna turn into a Let's Player with talking about Animate. I'm gonna start screaming, but it'll actually be legitimate. I'm not gonna be playing a character. Don't really know much about coding, but I always have problems. Well, problems with coding? A good beginner coding language. I mean, AS3 is as beginner as it goes, honestly. or JavaScript. What's the one? The chat might be able to recommend a few things. I just haven't looked around since kind of settling on AS3. There's what's up? There's a lot that are just online that are more like they're made to teach you how to code. What's that doing over here? Go away. But what was I saying before I zoomed and yelled and all that? So we're getting a better, right? It's actually drawing better when I make a vector that turns out pretty well. I can't really complain about that. And I would, you know, zoom out and kind of do that. So, but Animate's actually working really well now as far as the brush goes, right? So when I try to do like that style, it doesn't really look the same. And I think I used to probably just smooth it until it did that. It's one of those things back with World 2. Let me turn you a bit. Here. No. No. You know, back in the days of World 2, I liked my animating style even less. Or like, you know, my drawing style even less. And I was working off of an Intuos tablet instead of the Cintiq. So I'd draw something and it was, you know, about as good as I could do, and then I would smooth it out. And I don't think it was really about making it look better. It didn't look like something that I drew anymore. And it was way easier for me to look at, oh no, that's, oh, I was drawing over, whatever. It was easier for me to look at something more kind of mangled, that didn't look like something that I drew than something that maybe was like technically better, but I could recognize it. I guess it's like your handwriting, basically. Oh, I did not mean to do that. One sec, guys. Alright, no streamer etiquette here. Who even cares? So let's see, Ruby. I do hear Ruby a lot. I mean, I can only kind of pass on what I hear from people who they're like, yeah, you should do this. I talked to the Game Salad guys at, I don't even know if that's still a thing, at a GDC like a long time ago. I think they took pity on me. They're like, look, we made a whole program, and you should try it. Because we feel so sorry for you. I don't know. You know what? I'm like, I still insist that it's weird how everything worked out, because I do not understand why at least half of the apps up on the App Store aren't made using Air. You know, like there's some of them that I could make like within hours, you know, do a clone of within hours. And somebody had to use some like something just way more difficult to do something really simple. And you know, they couldn't just hand it off to some artists and tell the artist to draw into the program. They had to do everything, you know, their menu had to be built using middleware. Just all this stuff that AS3 is fantastic at. Like, there is a lot of reasons to use it. And I mean, even just the animation itself. And nobody, right, like half the games on iOS are balls because they don't have to animate a character if it rolls around. So I guess it's not really something that a lot of people are looking, you know, are looking for out of the middleware. But it's just, I don't understand why AS3 is so rare. And there are more games that you would think. If you look on the Starling boards, a lot of people will post, they'll post the games that they've done using Starling, and that's probably the best way to get something onto the phone with the hardware acceleration, because you can control a lot of it very manually instead of it just trying to cache whenever, and caching's always slow, so you pretty much want to always be controlling when your game is doing the caching. Oh man, I like cannot talk. Yeah, so when people say, you know, I want to learn something. The only reason I don't specifically recommend AS3 is because I'm assuming they want something that's like free or cheap to get into. And I guess you can do Flash Develop. Like, isn't that free? I don't know. I have never really used it. That grass is large. I don't know. Should I? You know, I'm just gonna shrink this grass. I don't know. Let's look at it. I've probably gone way too long without actually looking at what I've been doing. Yeah, it's weird to say that most games on iOS are trash because there's so many good iOS games. Even just objectively, the top free right now is really good. Like, as a developer, I can analyze them, and I mean, it's my job, right? I'm analyzing these games, and the actual game design is, in some of them, it's just brilliant. I think the best one that I saw was that knife throw game. And the way the feedback system, and as you play, it makes it harder. It's very, very arcadey in that way. When you have games where the more moves you make and the more steps you do make the game more difficult in a more natural way, that's really brilliant. But then there's just tons of other garbage games, I don't know. But there's such a huge difference because there's so many games on there that are probably fantastic that I would just never play. And so we're gonna cheat a bit here. We're gonna group that so I don't get it caught in there. So there's always, what is trash? Video games are so weird like that. They're just so subjective. But I guess it's like you have bad movies, right? Some bad movies are really fun. I guess people aren't as good at figuring out what is a bad movie and what is a good, I'm sorry. I think people are better at understanding what is a bad game. Oh my god, I am failing horribly here, guys. I don't know where my brain went. I probably just need more coffee. I think people are better at understanding what a bad movie is. Except for Transformers, because those are just the worst movies. And people still watch them. But I think enough people will still understand that they are bad movies that they enjoy watching, and that's perfectly fine. So you get all these games that, even AAA games, where the actual design doesn't... because you can do really, really different things. And you can try really different things, and I don't even like that control schemes are so standardized anymore. I love how Metroid Prime is so different, and it just said, whatever, I don't really care about your first-person controls anymore. And it's great. It's fantastic. It owns it, and it designs the game around it. But there's so many design decisions that it's not that they're different or unique. It's that they're inconsistent within the game itself. And that's really the only bad design. If I'm trying to give feedback on something, it's not well, this is too hard. It's, you're aware of how hard this is, as long as that's intentional, then run with it. But you need to be aware of the effect the game has on different players that aren't you. And it's never, if you stop the player's movement, it needs to be intentional. If the game gets really difficult, good game design would be that difficulty being intentional. Alright, now I'm just ranting. You guys got me ranting. So, speaking of things being intentional, if you want me to just start ranting, make sure your questions are intentional, because I'm going to totally do it. No? Should I stop ranting? No. Oh, that is World 5. No. We're still adding levels to the arcade. So, nice free content update. How's the gameplay running for you guys? It looks a little stuttery for me over there, but I don't know if that's just because I'm playing on the same computer that I'm streaming it on. Oh no, I'm a ball. Sometime this year. I could say whatever, but it's not going to mean anything. If I say summer, it's not going to mean anything. If I say fall, it's not going to mean anything. I don't think I updated that properly. Did I break the golf? I broke the golf. Where are we? I can't refresh. I broke the golf. Because I jumped in and then the shell went in. I don't know. Pretty good. I liked the old controls more for World 3? Really? I don't know. I was never really happy with the World 3 controls on mobile. I don't like all like the dead space on the screen, like above it and below it. That's something I realized. Have you seen my video on the anti skeuomorphism rant? Because that might be what's going on there. The controls on the old game were very just solid buttons, and they had a down. I think they did. They had a down state. On World 3? Because the core of the buttons are really pretty similar, other than there just being more going on in Super. I want to see what you guys think once we get to why is my start button not working? Once I get that update out, I want to see if you guys like the new Super controls better that are specific buttons. Why haven't you got all the... I hit reset constantly while I'm testing things. So it probably looks terrible, but yeah, that's it. Did all my buttons stop working? This is weird. My controller's cable's loose. Sometimes it just stops. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't work if you hit reset while the game... Ah, so I broke the game. Nice. Nice. Alright. I'll go ahead and reset it though, and then after the stream I'll check that out. I don't hate you guys enough to try to fix bugs live with something like that. Alright, we're doing some vector manipulation over here. Yeah, we completely broke that. Let's go ahead and start it back up. Oh, okay, hold on. Old controls on the new game, where they were nearly transparent, unless I'm wrong, and the controls have always been. So you're comparing the controls that are on there now. Ah. Are they different from mobile? Yeah. We're doing it live! No bug fixing though. Yeah, that I might have to just redo that. Should I stretch that out? I think that's just too tiny. So you're comparing two different updates on mobile? Are they that different? This, like, I'll fix things and then honestly forget what I was fixing. And we'll get some weird discrepancies, or I'll just forget how it even was before. That happens a lot. But there's new controls that are much more prominent, and they really are for people who are just starting, because I think the very dim controls are, like, psychologically much more difficult to press. But I should probably have an option. I should have an option for both of them. I say probably too much. I should have an option to have, like, much more dim controls. With tablet, that's the iPad. I use the iPad Pro. I got it when it was new, so it was around $1,000, but, like, it's worth it for me if I can draw outside, you know? It's half the price of the Cintiq was. If you look at the Wacom tablets, they're, the ones that are, like, actually standalone for drawing off of the computer are way more expensive than that. So I use that. I use Jump Desktop, like I was doing before, and then I also use AstroPad if I need the pressure sensitivity. So there's a lot of ways to draw from the tablet straight to the computer. Yeah, Jump Desktop, all that will work on Windows. The iPad doesn't run Windows. You know, it's a giant, like, it's massive. AstroPad doesn't work on Windows. Jump Desktop does. No Machine does. Most of the remote desktops. Duet Display, I think, is another one. I don't think it's that good though. But if I'm just like sketching out like concepts, I can just use the iPad by itself. But if I'm drawing like levels into the game, then I have to remote it in to animate. What is going on behind me? It's not the Angry Rabbit. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go check up on real life for a minute. Let me hide all this stuff. You guys hang out a bit. Talk to each other. Have fun. Nap time shenanigans. Sorry about that, guys. Riveting. Does everyone have to forget in the chat? Caps is yelling. You're gonna wake my kids up. Shh. Yeah, that is not a good decision to leave y'all unsupervised. Or maybe like I said this. Anyway. Alright, so I think, how long we been streaming for? Live, almost 2 hours. You guys, turn off your caps lock. You'll wake up the kids. Alright, so bugs aside that I'm gonna have to go fix. Man, has it really been that choppy? Because my previews up here is like stupidly choppy. How's the gameplay running on the stream for y'all? Sometimes it's really smooth and sometimes it's just bizarre. I don't know. Tell us more about the Angry Tree. Story time. Wait, what's the Angry Tree? Brett, answer questions, give us an update on how. Well, that's what we do, right? Alright, this level's been pretty smooth. It looks like it's just kind of stuttering. Actually, you know what? That's what OBS is doing. OBS is so inconsistent. Yeah, see, it's I'll try turning off the preview. I don't know. Running back and forth. Running back and forth. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, the Angry Tree in the Discord. Guys, go to the Discord. You'll see the Angry Tree. I don't know if that's going to make its way into the game. I guess it could. Would it be ripping off Kirby too much if I make that a boss? That'd be pretty great. I need to just, like, draw dumb things more. Because that's always a lot of fun. Drop frames, 300. Can you give me stats, OBS? That's another button somewhere. Alright, so I think we'll wrap it up pretty soon. I'm going to... Let's start the next level, right? So we're going to not... Yeah, Wispy Woods isn't angry enough. Jump in. I'm going to put that back here. So the grass goes in front of it. I think it looks better. This one... I'll have to get the backgrounds in order tomorrow. And then we can fix that up. That's not going to take up a whole stream. Unless you guys keep asking me things that I can't stop answering because I'm stupid like that. It's not a... It's a tribute, not a ripoff. Alright. Oh my god, I just closed the folder I had open. Hey. Watch me find things on my desktop, guys. People got watching. We're 16. We've only got 2 people bored to death. Doing pretty good. Yeah, I don't think having that preview matters. I'm gonna put that back up here. All right. Next level. So for level 1, Snowshell Golf level 1, anything from the worlds you regret making? Nah. I don't think there's anything that I regretted. I mean, that's a decent question. Is there anything from any of the worlds that you regret making? There's probably a lot that I worked on for a while and then dropped. I mean, I'm gonna regret the wasted time, but I don't think there's anything that made in the game that I was like, oh god, why'd I do that? There's nothing that I like super cringe while watching. I mean, probably a few of the animations could have been better, but it's still, by the time I'm done with the game, it's just like, good, it's done. I can move on, do the next game better. So I'll like, oh, look how bad that looks. Like the hanging animation in 2, yeah, and I think I kept that for 3, where the legs just kind of do this. And so for this one, I actually made sure that you have this momentum and both feet bouncing. That just was ridiculous. Let's see. Third arcade could have player versus player stuff. Well, this arcade does too. Are you talking about like separating it out? Package? Delivery? Huh. Third arcade I think I'm gonna do as all of the main levels in an arcade mode, so that you can play through the main game in multiplayer. I don't know, spoilers what that's gonna be. Alright, so we're here in another level. I'm gonna start, I wanna decide on a style. And then I'm gonna call it, as I think we started so late, it's probably actually really late. I said, yeah, 7. It's pretty late. Yes, separating. I'll see. Should I just start playing through World 2? We can figure out what we want. Where is... where'd it go? Let me see if this one doesn't have that code in it. Ooh, oh no, look how much older. Oh, you missed it. Here. Come here. Oh man, that's... Okay, I regret that. That's a terrible loading screen. And that image is just drawn badly. I don't like that one. Oh, I guess I did keep a fairly old version of this. Yeah, this has the same speed up code in it though. Oh, I like the turnaround. Actually, I can barely even see it. No, one of them he stayed turned like. Oh my! You gotta shout. You gotta use Brad Warren. Okay, one more time. One more time. I don't know why it goes up there. Guys, that's using Mochi. That's crazy. So if you see that, that's actually just one big level. It's kind of funny. It's all cached the same as the it's, yeah, in the background. That's why I don't have another background there. Alright, let's see. Let's see if these are open. Not a great loading screen, but it's better. Look at that advertising. Wait, why am I green? That's weird. Did I do that? Oh no, we're in the beginning. I wanted to go to level 3. I feel like that's like the most iconic look of World 2. That's the one that I did first. Oh, that's why I stopped playing. Oh, how hideous. Let's see if we get out of full screen if it keeps doing that. Where are you? Yeah. I don't know. Making fancy fan art. Watch it. I want to see that. Let's see. He said he had tons of boss ideas. I'm trying to remember what those would even have been. Because I feel like bosses are usually the thing that I have the most trouble with. There it is. Somebody's asking about that. Oh my god. The timing's so messed up. Come join on Discord. Isn't there a fan or join on Discord? Did anybody answer my question? What should the next golf level look like? Somebody help me out here. Said you did not. Yeah. Usually not for bosses though, but like the plot, all the new moves, all the new enemies. I mean, I gotta pull out the sketchbook sometimes. I have so much stuff that isn't in the game. Oh man, that goes really far. Maybe it's because the camera doesn't move, it makes it look further. For like, yeah. So they're starting at 0 now. So for golf. Pull that up. Oh, beautiful pause menu. Look at that. Oh, we should do some like golf levels in the volcano. That would be weird. That would be funny. The hardcore golf levels. Dun 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 dun. Oh man, so Chris, I need to pay Chris. If he works, I have to pay him. I would love to though. I mean, that would be good practice. I mean, not for him practicing art, but for us figuring out like what looks good and fancy. That's more his style in the series. That's more his style. Maybe I'll talk to Congregate and see if we have a budget for some more art. Who knows? Goron golfing. Maybe I'll try, if I have time, if I'm not just busy fixing all the bugs, I'll try a few different styles. And see what you guys like. I'm gonna make you guys pick. Wait, you didn't pay Chris? Yeah, I mean a while ago. I want to make sure people are actually paid what's fair. Couldn't just like give them $5 and tell them to make a level. All right, so this is your homework, guys, for Golf 1, as we're naming it now. So it actually matches with the title. Which way is that? Right there. Let me know what this should look like. If we're gonna do more, do you want to see more like throwbacks to World 2? I'm not gonna be copying the art as closely. I think that's the only level I can do that with. But I thought that'd be cool to do. Yeah, Brad, homework. Fancy homework. What should this level look like? Should it be just something new? Should we just start playing around? Do like a theoretical World 1 golf level that never existed? Try to do things in the Super style. So I did do some of the art for Super, so it's not completely impossible for me to do that if I'm still doing it myself. Throw back to World 3. Forest guest level. Yeah, let me just draw like Adam Phillips. Okay. Every day I wake up ashamed that I am not Adam Phillips. Dude's amazing. Do I have both of them open? No, just this one. Music's pretty low. I might just be leaning back more than I was before. Anyway. Alright, so 2 hours, it's really late. I'm gonna wrap this up so I can get the kids out of bed. Yeah, they've been up. don't really have anything new from the play or anything. So, I mean, unless you guys want me to... Is it? It's up pretty high. Does this thing change? Oh. Okay. All the stream settings just changed. It was really weird. I just have the mic and the desktop, and they were like at 15 and 100. Is that better? Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna close this out. I'm a bit audible. User submitted levels from 1 or 2. We can talk about that. Would you guys wanna... Yeah, I don't know what's up with the music. There's something else playing. What else is up? Oh. Yeah, okay, so that one's loud, right. Because I don't have it turned down. This I actually have turned down over here. Is that better? Are we good? I don't want to... We can't close out with technical difficulties. That's the one thing y'all are going to remember. It's my psychology training. Alright, so there you go. Do you guys want... I mean, I don't know. I'll probably do all these myself. I'd like to have a section of the arcade that's like community levels. Not that one, obviously. So like this, but structured better. Where it has, you know, whoever's making levels. So I'm not against user-submitted content. I just... I like keeping, you know, it has to be like very separated in some way that you're not gonna get them confused. Not a melted Squiggleville level. You guys really hate planes. I like how planes turned out. I don't know. Alright. We'll move away from that. What about the caves? Are the caves awful? World 3 Squiggleville Golf. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe for the next one. Y'all need to, like, think about it. Planes was great, though. I'll do one just to make a few of you guys mad. It's fine. Oh, so I updated. Has anyone beaten Golf 9 yet? Because this one's kind of ridiculous. I hit all of the dead ends. I hit every single one of the dead ends. No, I don't think I actually hit any of them. Because I just sort of stay down here. That is evil. Beating all golfs. I'm impressed. I want to see some videos of people actually beating this one. So it took me a while to get the end of it. I guess it's not too bad with all the little platforms. Get up there. So most of the platforms the shell's not going to roll off of. Of course, next stream I'm going to try... we're just going to get right to the art, because we're not going to be able to cheat so much like we did this time. Maybe I need to make it easier to go up in the beginning. Because usually I think it's way too simple to just run straight like this. That's the problem, the top paths aren't really feeling like paths. Spend an hour and 9. Well, I can't stream for another hour, so I have to either do better or close it up. Probably need to go get the kids. That's something. There's a few things with the kick that are a bit weird that I need to... I don't think hitting the shell is as consistent now as it was in World 2. I mean, in World 2 is just simpler. This one actually tries to... It gets your actual angle, or like the angle of how it's hitting you, especially like when you're sitting still and it's just kind of bouncing off of you. But that might make things too inconsistent. Oh, I should hit it. Get up there. Yerp. Oh, that actually worked. Oh my gosh, and I ruined it. Hey look, people like that, what's that getting up the mountain game? So it can't be that bad. Or somebody out there might enjoy this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the kids out this time just because they have not been good napping. So you guys, you gotta tell them to be good. They've just been a bit of trouble today. So hopefully for next time, because I love playing the game with them on here. But I think they went to the bathroom like 10 times altogether. So that math doesn't really add up. Be good. I'll tell them. Elachito, if I'm saying that even close to right, said be good. Alright, we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully things go smoother tomorrow, and we'll start earlier. And if I get them on, I'm gonna have a hard time cutting them off if we start playing something. So we'll save that for tomorrow. Reaction to playing World for the first time. Oh, that's a good question. Because he was just starting to play video games while I was working on that. So it's like, let's play some Mario, play some of this, some of that, and then this is what Daddy's making. It would have been like in a really early state at that point. Man, I'm trying to remember. He probably did more like what Brendan was doing and just kind of hit spiders with things. It would have been one of the downward levels. I don't know. I can't really remember. Alright, guys. But I think that's it for now. I don't think we really didn't get much done because I was just talking with the chat. It's going to be easier if I have Fairly on and she can actually sift through and ask me things, so I won't have to kind of stop and keep shifting over. We'll try to keep the flow better. I'm still learning how to, we've done this 5 times now. I'm still figuring out what works and what just is awful for a live stream. There's a video of Seth playing Unfinished. Yeah, that would have been, it wouldn't have been one of the first times that he was playing it though. But yep, there is videos. When Brad goes, no. Yeah, that was fun. That was great. And it pretty much ends up being the same thing every time. I don't know if he just had so much fun recording that he's like, I must yell at all the spiders every single time we play. Or if that's probably just how he is. So alright. I'm like, next time I need to actually grab more coffee. I'm trying not to like fall into a routine of doing these and just like, Brett, Seth, don't touch that. That is my life. That is every single day, every 5 minutes. That is how I keep the children alive. Once they're old enough, I'll make them finish the game for me. It'll be great. It'll be a family effort. But anyway, I'm winding down. I'm getting tired. I don't think I had lunch. So we're gonna cut this stream. I don't have to change any batteries tomorrow. Fairly should be here. I'll actually eat something and get some coffee, and we'll have a nice, energetic stream. So, okay, so that's something fun to talk about. I'll ask him about it tomorrow, but I'll introduce the idea. He likes to tell me what games he's gonna be making, and it's kind of what he says, how he thinks Fancy Pants is. Like, his pitch is his pitch for his theoretical game. So it's every character ever will be in it. There will be Sonic and Mario and Rob the robot, because I don't know why I think he just likes robots. You'll be able to do everything ever. You'll be able to fight everything. Bowser's gonna be in it as a bad guy. Yeah, yeah. So Fancy Pants, this is Fancy Pants 45 in a decade from now. So he just likes, he has this game in his head that's like Smash Brothers plus Fancy Pants plus Mario Kart. Just everything that he likes. It's really great. It's fun talking to him about that sort of thing. Yeah, he's been pretty. You want me to go grab him? You want me to grab him and get him the... I'm not gonna put the video on, but I'll let him tell you about his game. You wanna do that? How much lag we got? Nobody wants to hear Seth. You guys there? 13 watching, we're losing people. Yeah. He's gonna start screaming. He is. There we go. Man, how much delay is on that chat now? Alright, look. shut the phones off on all these. You're just gonna be nothing. I'll let Nathan play something since he doesn't get to as much. And I'll let Seth tell you about his game since I feel like I can't just introduce it and then not have y'all hear about it. So I'll be right back. I guess we're still playing music for the game in the background. Let me get him back over here. Seth should just take if you could code, I'd be like, yeah, you do it. I'm gonna go take a vacation. Alright, well, it's so late we actually have everybody awake. What?
What's wrong, Daddy?
I don't know. Alright, so Seth, say hi to the people. People say hi to Seth. I'll be reading anything they're saying. Nathan, while Seth's talking, I'll let you just play through some golf levels. So Seth, the chat was asking, since I make video games, if you wanted to make video games when you got older also.
I like green. I did.
Do it. So tell them about the game that you want to make. What would you do?
I'll make.
Here, I'm gonna put this mic over here.
I'll make some characters with fancy pants.
So it's gonna be fancy pants? Am I gonna have to sue you? Should Daddy sue you?
Yeah.
I don't think you know what that means.
You can give me your. Can you give me your code so?
Oh, you gonna steal my code too, huh?
No, like I can borrow it.
Alright, so you'll license
I want to make World 5, and
you're gonna make World 5. What am I gonna make?
You can. When I get confused and don't know what the.
Oh, okay. So you'll make World 5.
You can do it.
So
And
I'll
you can
write all the
make
code. I'll write all the code, and then everybody will say, "Yay, Seth! You made World 5 so well." Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna think you're made World 5.
Yeah, I am gonna be making it. You can make some new pants.
Oh, okay. So I'll be making new pants.
You'll
make World 5.
I'll make the actual game. There'll be similar things to this.
Similar to this. Very creative. Brad, if he were ever to make games, would you let him make his own Fancy Pants games? We'll see. I mean, by then, I think everybody would be sick of Fancy Pants, but... Yeah. Hey, Seth, did you make World 4? They want to know if you were the one who made World 4.
No, Daddy did.
There you go.
Well, we did.
I told him to say that.
I told him the fox. I told him to make the fox hat and the Parasaurolophus hat.
You don't make a fox hat. Make a fox hat as a surprise. I don't get any credit here.
Yes.
Good job. High five.
And if you want to know what Parasaurolophus is, it's a dinosaur.
Should we show them what Parasaurolophus is if you're even saying that
Yeah.
correctly? That guy.
But
That's just spirit animal.
That's just the head.
It's just a head. No, Fairly's always.
Are you going to make the background of it?
Background of what?
Like they can see who's actually doing the stuff.
No, I'm not putting y'all on stream. I already said that.
Oh.
The camera? What are you talking
Yeah.
about? No, I'm not putting the camera on. You'll need to be older first. So who's gonna be the star of your game?
Me. Daddy.
You, Daddy, the Daddy Pants Adventures.
Daddy. Yeah. What? How about we call it Super? How about we call it Super Duper Fancy Pants?
Super Duper fan. Okay, so Seth's going to
I
continue the
like
series
these games.
with super duper fancy pants.
But you need to do the spell and stuff.
But I'll spelling. All right. So you'll learn the code, but I'll still have to be spelling. Gotcha.
Oh.
So Seth will make the entire game except for the pants and the words.
No.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Wait, Nathan's the only one who can get through there. Yeah.
Right. So
The
you
ball
can't.
has to go.
Right. So you can hit the ball through there.
Ball
There
goes
you go. You got it.
fill up there.
So Seth, who's gonna be the bad guy in your
And the
hand?
ball can't go over. How about we make fancy pants, but with a little buddy, like some kind
Who's
of
gonna be the bad guy?
like he got a
The
teammate,
bad guy.
like he has a
Seth, I
teammate.
keep asking you a question. You keep answering something completely different. Who's gonna be the bad guy? You, Brendan's gonna be the bad guy.
How about we make some main guys,
Main guys. Well, Seth, when we were talking before, you said you wanted to have you wanted to make a game, and Rob the Robot was gonna be in it, and Fancy Man, and Mario, and Sonic, and Bowser. Do you want to make a different game now? Is this not the same plan?
but we can make a little teammate you get.
Okay, who's gonna be the teammate?
Like Rob the Robot.
Rob the Robot is gonna be the teammate. Is this Nintendo's Rob or is this a different Rob? Is it the Star Fox Rob?
Wait. Actually, it's the good Rob.
The good Rob. I don't know what that means, but okay.
But what's the best Rob you ever seen? Is it the Rob and Star Fox or?
Sounds like a trick question. I guess the Rob in Smash Brothers, though he's really obnoxious to fight.
Okay, we'll use him. He can do the flying stuff,
Alright, so we'll just use him.
and you can make all kinds of colors with him.
Seth, have you played Rabbids? I don't think we've played that one together. I had that game. I got it when the Wii launched. The first one, which was actually a lot of fun. I'm trying to remember because that was just so long ago. I don't know if we've ever tried that one. That'd be a good game to play. We've played Boom Blocks. That's one of my favorite Wii games.
What? So
Yeah,
is
we
like
played Rabbids.
questions, guys?
Seth, I just read the question. Any other questions? So ask Seth about the games get made. Because that'd be funny.
I won't even know what you're saying.
Seth, I will read you when this. It takes a little while to come together.
Okay.
Or they might just want to hear. They might not have any. Really? And the dumb cat's jumping in the box.
It says Mao. Mao's like, it's sometimes good. Chuck's the one who's.
See that
very-
right there? How he kicked it and the ball didn't really go anywhere. I gotta look into that. I think it's something with the angle being weird. See, this actually replicates Super Duper Fancy Boy Adventures. Yeah, there's a lot of ripoffs. Seth, will your game have multiplayer? Can more people play?
A thousand people can.
1,000 people can play. That's way better than my 4. This game's gonna be so much better than Fancy Pants.
It's Fancy Pants.
Does Seth have a creative side? Yeah, they're always drawing. I'm trying to, get them drawing things as much as possible. What do y'all like to draw?
I like to draw. I like drawing trains and fire trucks.
Trains and fire trucks.
I like to draw submarines.
Submarine. We drew some
And
submarines yesterday.
submarines. We draw submarines and fancy pants.
So, I don't think you've ever. You want to draw okay.
And in the beginning is the fight with the
Alright, guys.
fancy pants.
Oh, that's.
And you got him. And you
Maybe I'll
got.
fix that roof there.
And something happened to Fancy Pants and got back with the fight.
Yeah, take that Fortnite. Your puny 100 players. We got 1,000 players confirmed.
How about Fancy
So I
Pants?
got a question for you.
What?
You've been wanting questions. All right, ready? It's a
What?
good question.
What is
It says, Seth, you mentioned Mario Kart. Do you like blue shells?
I hate blue shells.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
But I love winning.
But I hate blue shells, but I love winning.
Because they stop
That's
me.
Because they stop from winning. What if you throw blue shells?
I like throwing blue
Oh,
shells
they
at
laugh
other people.
hysterically whenever
I
that
love
occurs.
that.
And they're hitting me with.
That's better.
When they're hitting me, yeah, that's way better. Hitting Daddy with blue shells.
Yeah.
Hey guys, is this part of the level too difficult? I think somebody mentioned it earlier.
I mean, it is. Look where
What do you
it
think,
looks.
Nathan? Is it just too hard? Or are you gonna get it?
I think I'm gonna get it.
Thinking you're gonna get it?
Well, if he can't, let's just say
Oh no. Alright, here's a question, Seth. And you have to choose your answer wisely. What's better, Mario or Fancy Pants?
Fancy Pants.
Alright, good. He wants to be fed. Nice. Good decision, Seth. Oh, I should put rough ground there.
Bad Fancy Pants.
Bad fan. Bad what? What is that? Oh, Nathan. Nathan, you're getting closer. I did plug up the hole of it. You're
Daddy.
bad, Brendan.
No.
Bad Brendan.
No. Bad Daddy.
Bad Brendan.
Bad Daddy. I need to talk here, okay?
Oh no! He took Seth's mic away. Seth, get away from me. You're right in front of him. He's trying to play.
Okay.
So
if you have any more questions, you can answer them right
they
now.
can answer their own questions? Why would they do that?
It has to be about Fancy Pants.
God, stop. When it's blinking, it means you're way too close to it.
So.
That's too close.
Okay.
Get back.
So let's see. Yeah. So
Will Cutie Pants be playable in World 5? Is that a question for me or Seth?
I think it's me for me.
Alright, Seth. Is Cutie Pants going to be playable in World 5? Is he like a... Seth's the Magic 8 Ball.
Cutie Pants. Who's Cutie Pants?
The girl, your little sister.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't have any little sisters.
Okay.
My rowdy
Soap.
soap.
Yes. The Fancy Pants will get. There'll be a soap.
Oh no,
No! Too hard.
Nathan, that was a little too hard of a kick.
It's hard.
It is hard. You got close though. Let's see how it bounces. Oh no, alright. I think we should probably. I'm hungry, guys. You all hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hungry. I think we're just gonna close it out. I might make this section a little bit easier because it is still a pretty early level. I don't think it should be this difficult.
I can try playing it.
Nathan, you want to talk and let's play a bit?
Yeah.
Alright, go tell them about what kind of game you would make.
I will make a game like.
What kind of game? Who's gonna be in your game? Oh no. You need to start from the beginning. Psh, psh.
Oh no.
Bad stuff.
Oh.
Stop.
Hmm.
Once more for good luck. Stop. Oh, that's the wrong level. I had dinner, what I'd miss. I want dinner. I'm jealous. Why are you the Triceratops? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Yay! I love the bears a
So
lot.
why did you
Get
get
in
in
there.
the first place?
Now I.
You have to watch those doors.
What?
Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I got to go through and make them all not re-enterable. So then you just have to quit out of it. Hey Brendan, what kind of game would you make? What kind of game would Brendan make?
Kobe.
You gonna make Kirby? They've been playing Kirby. I think we talked about it before. Hey Seth, you didn't get very far yet. You gotta do better. You gotta rock out once you make it. Isn't that in the video? Nathan, that's a demo.
I'll make it super hard.
They're so mad. We got the demo for Kirby, and then all the stuff that's not in the video aren't. All the stuff that's in the video that they show in the demo aren't in the game. In the demo, and then so they're so mad. They saw a train in the video in the demo, and they're mad that the demo doesn't have the train. So.
The friendship train's the best.
Oh, the friendship train. Oh, is it full of ponies
No.
and happiness?
No.
and friendship.
No. It's filled with fun.
Kirby best boy. Somebody else really likes Kirby. Brennan. He says, yay, Kirby. Kids, would you like to see Fancy Pants Man? Here's a good question. Should Fancy Pants Man have a shirt?
No.
Okay, good. Nathan. Here, come over here.
Fancy Pants
Over here, over here.
should have a train.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would it be cool to have a bunch of, like, to be able to ride on a train?
Yeah.
Alright, guys, so if a train shows up in World 5 that you can, like, stand on, like a bunch of platforms, you'll know where that came from.
You can make some train tracks for a train, but you can make it the fancy best. You turn into a train and the backs are level. And
Well, it's not
when
Yoshi's
you have
Island. We're not
when
gonna
you
make
have
it turn
a-
into a train. Nathan.
when you have a lot of
I think it'd be fun to ride on a train.
trains.
Just trains. It should be training.
With a lot of fancy dances.
Fancy train
You can
adventures.
only make a train.
Nathan, should we make the fancy train adventure?
Yeah.
Alright guys, World 5 is cancelled. And
Yes.
We're just making the fancy train adventure.
How about that's for level 6?
He quoted you, Nathan. Fancy Pants Man should have been a train. Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't know, Seth. You haven't got it either.
I will do
I
it
don't
soon.
know. Should have cities you can travel through. It'll just be you're just sitting on a train and you go
How
to the city.
about you can make a wall joins the train, like it's a fancy patch wall.
I want to say
I
I
can
want
get
a
sensitive.
Fancy Pants rob the robot train. I think you need to get a piece of paper and you need to draw all these ideas down and draw your own game, and then we can show them to the chat if you draw this out. We'll show the internet.
I will draw my game.
Good. I want you to both draw a game. My kids have homework too now. They're gonna draw their own game, and we'll try to show it next time. Yeah, I don't think we need
I
to
want to draw my game
influence the ball a bit more. It doesn't
my
go
game
enough
right now,
here.
and then show
I'm
them
not-
next.
I'm not gonna yeah, you can draw it right now and we'll show them next time.
But
What about vehicles on FBA? Should we have vehicles?
yeah.
Like what? What kind of vehicles?
Fire
We need fire trucks.
Like there's a fire, like they have fire blocking the way, and they have the fire truck you use to put it out so you can go now.
Interesting. Interesting. So Fireman Pants Adventures.
Oh my
Hey, I'll get you some paper once we're done. Almost done.
Okay.
I'll get you some paper.
But I need to know what Fancy Pants looks like and what. And
Well, too bad you don't know what Fancy Pants Man looks like.
I know what he looks
You just said you didn't.
like.
Seth logic, guys. Anyway, all right, dude. I think we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna make this level a little bit easier because it's an early level. I don't just make things easier.
How about we
But- Seth, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, dude. It's been too long. No. All right, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. There's a fire truck in World 3 already. That's right. I need to show Seth World 3 again. I don't know if he remembers any of that. Draw cutie pants with a hose, put it out, fire hat. Oh, all right. Okay, that's my homework. That's pretty funny.
I know it was I knew it.
Seth, yeah, he's played some World 3 before. I think he's seen the fire truck.
I'm doing pencil.
Did I miss Golf 1 art? No, we didn't do any art. We just talked too much. You guys are too great. and it's like when I'm like sitting for dinner, if I'm trying to eat and I just start talking, I'll just never eat, and it's really bad. You can ask Fraley about that. It's kind of a running joke. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Seth, struggling. The struggle is real. We're gonna go ahead and quit you out. Good job. All right. Bye-bye. Later, everyone.